So when I turned 60, I went all in on something. I knew I was at a crossroads and ready for something new. So I decided to visit all 50 states in 1 year. And I called it 50 at 60. I'm in a hotel on the Kentucky side of the Ohio River. And I've got exactly 2 hours to kill in Ohio. Not want to, have to. A year ago, I made up a rule for myself. 36 hours in each state. And today that rule says, I still owe Ohio about 2 hours. So that's today's big plan. Head across the bridge and back into Ohio till that math works out. Then drive to the airport and head back home.
Oh, hey. Good morning. So, I'm about to leave my nice little, well, it's not little, it's, I'm staying at the Marriott River Center or Riverfront, something or other. There's a huge park right there on either side of the bridge. I'm probably going to go over there and park and get out, maybe get some better shots of the city or the bridge, at least. That's a cool shot right there. I think I composed that last night. So anyway, there's the football stadium, and then there's a whole eating area here. Tons of restaurants and bars and stuff right in here, a couple of hotels. And then the baseball stadium, I believe, is right over here. And then there's another arena of sorts down there. So there's like a major sports complex area that's really right on the water. This is a bridge that you can walk on both sides, and I think down there they call it the People's Purple Bridge or something like that. I think it's pedestrian only, but that allows people from the Kentucky side here to walk over and I guess catch games and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm focusing on small towns and scenic drives on this I don't want to use the word tour, but on this experience this year, this process of visiting, again, all 50 states in 1 year. And I like to handpick scenic places and small little towns and villages, but I don't mind a city every now and then, especially when it's closing out a trip like this. And this is a really pretty city to kind of make that exception for, especially when I got a view like this. So. Anyway, it's time to pack up the car and head over to Ohio. I find myself killing a little bit of time here on the Ohio side before I have to run down to Lexington to catch my flight. I decided to stop by the Cincinnati Reds Stadium here. Doing this for my friend Frank. He's a huge Reds fan.
Frank and I go way back, and he watches every single one of these videos. So I came all the way down to the riverfront, to the Great American Ballpark, home of the Cincinnati Reds, just for you. Just between you and I, folks, he's actually a huge Yankees fan. I can't wait to hear about this one.
Now, I don't really follow baseball. I was really into it when I was a kid. I used to follow the Pittsburgh Pirates because it was pretty close to where I lived. But closest thing for me to enjoying baseball was I had a client that used to do this job every summer. It was for an insurance company, but I used to do the lighting for it. And he would religiously take us to a ball game every time we were out, no matter where we were. We were always in a place that had a team or a game. like Vancouver or Boston or Denver. And it was always pretty fun being with the guys. And you know, again, I don't really follow the games, but they were always a lot of fun. Baltimore, that was another one. My brother-in-law used to be a mascot for the Orioles, and he knew some people, so he called in and got my name put up on the Jumbotron. It was kind of funny. And another thing I remember getting, chocolate-covered bacon in Denver. Yeah, that was a first and last. When I said huge fan, I had no idea. I guess he's had season tickets for like the last 10 years. He doesn't even live here. Go Reds. This one's for you, Frank. So here I am, crossing the bridge from the zoo. I was just talking to Frank. I told him, yeah, I'm gonna swing by the zoo, check it out. He says, you know, it's like 19 degrees, right? He's like, oh yeah. A lot of it's outside. There's a few things inside. So I was gonna go. I just paid for parking, came over here, and I went to go up to the gate where the girl was. She's like, yeah, the tickets are around the corner. I says, so let me ask you a question. Is there a lot of exhibits inside or is it mostly outside? She's like, well, we got a couple things inside. So I'm heading back to the car after paying $10 to park. Over the bridge is the Cincinnati Zoo. That's my tour.
I don't usually feel like this leaving a place. Usually I'm pretty ready. Got what I came for, and on to the next one. Not here though. I've barely scratched the surface of this city. And I kinda don't want to go home yet. I mean, check out this view. This would have been a great place for a time lapse. Well, there's always next trip.
If I'd have known about this, I'd have come up here last night because we plant a tripod here and get a great sunset shot. The sun would set over here, but grazing the buildings. Of course, the lights turning on, light trails of the cars. Anyway, great view here. Not sure how windy it is. Yeah, look at those little apartments down there. Those little patios that the view of the city. Love it. All right. I think that's all we got for now. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me in Iowa.
4 or 5 days and I don't even know how many miles. A lot. I stopped counting those a long time ago. That bourbon distillery tour in Kentucky that I took. You remember. The one that I didn't even taste the product in. The little cottage in Nashville. Those beautiful waterfalls in the snow and that sunset in Ohio that I wasn't even ready for. This river right here, this view. I don't know, you never really finish a place, I guess. You just run out of time. Point the car home and hope you grabbed enough to remember it by. So the trip ends the way they all seem to. At an airport, looking at a screen that says, delayed.
Let the flight delays begin.
And then somebody rebooked me before I even made it to the gate.
There's got to be a word for when you walk up to the gate just to verify that your flight is actually delayed, even though everything's telling you it's delayed. And you get there and the plane's not there. I think that word's called insanity.
3 more states, done. And I gotta tell you, I'm not tired of this yet. Not even close. So I'll keep going. West Virginia's up next. And then, ice fishing in Michigan with my brother. Haven't been on the ice since we were kids. There's more to that story, by the way. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I'll see you in the next one. And thanks for stopping by.
All right, that's it for this episode. Make sure and stay tuned for next week. I haven't gone there yet, but I'm pretty sure next episode is perhaps going to be in West Virginia. And then right after that, it's going to be some ice fishing in Michigan. That should be a hoot. Make sure and check in next week. I'll see you. Where's the phone? Oh. Sorry, forgot the phone.
Look at that. Boom. Got this little island here I got to get to. And then